Welcome to the Black Crypto Revolution podcast. I'm your host, Deedee, and today we have a conversation that's absolutely crucial for our community. We're joined by the founder of Guapcoin, Aquarius, who's been making waves in the crypto space and challenging how we think about building Black wealth. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me, Dee Dee. With everything happening in our community right now, this conversation couldn't be more timely.
Let's dive right in. These headlines about our Black billionaires have been nonstop. From entertainment to business, it feels like we're watching a systematic dismantling of Black wealth. What's your perspective on this?
Look at the pattern. It's not random. When you see Diddy, Kanye, Jay-Z all facing different types of controversy, you have to ask yourself what's really happening. And it's not just entertainment figures. Our business leaders are dealing with their own scandals just more quietly behind closed doors. What we're witnessing is a coordinated effort to maintain the wealth gap.
And speaking of the wealth gap, these recent predictions about Black Americans potentially facing negative wealth within 2 decades, that's terrifying. How did we get here?
This is a result of decades of systematic exclusion, but now it's accelerating. Remember when companies were all about diversity and inclusion? Now that DEI is supposedly over, they've dropped even the pretense of caring about economic equality. But here's what's interesting. While traditional wealth building paths are being blocked, we're seeing a shift. Wealthy entertainers are moving their money into crypto, launching projects that only accept crypto payments. They see what's coming.
Let's talk about those early celebrity crypto ventures. It seems like every time our people tried to enter that space early on, something went wrong. Can you break down what happened?
This is where you see the real manipulation. Look at Centratech. They got Floyd Mayweather, DJ Khaled, and Manny Pacquiao to promote it. These are visible figures in our community. The project promised to revolutionize crypto payments, had all this hype, and then what happened? Complete fraud. The founders got charged, investors lost everything. But it didn't stop there. After
Right, we saw similar situations with other celebrities too.
Exactly. T.I. got caught up in the Flick ITO lawsuit. Soldier Boy's NFT project raised serious questions. Lil Pump's token collapsed. This wasn't just bad luck, it was a deliberate strategy. Get influential Black or hype figures excited about crypto, tie them to questionable projects, wait for the inevitable collapse, and watch the fallout destroy both wealth and credibility. It creates fear and hesitation in the entire community.
This is fascinating because I've noticed something. When these projects failed, the mainstream media was quick to blame the celebrities, not the system that set them up to fail. Okay,
That's by design. They want the narrative to be about individual failure, not systematic exploitation. When you look at the timing of these projects, how they were structured, who was really behind them, it's clear this was about discrediting Black involvement in crypto, not about building real wealth. So
this brings us to Guapcoin and what makes it different. Can you explain the crucial distinction between centralized and decentralized crypto? I think many of our listeners might not understand this difference.
this is absolutely fundamental. When a cryptocurrency is decentralized, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, there's no single point of control, no CEO, no headquarters, no board of directors making decisions. It's governed by its community of users. Those celebrity projects that failed, they were all centralized, meaning there were specific people in control who could pull the rug out at any time.
And how does Guapcoin fit into this landscape?
Guapcoin represents something entirely different. We're not just creating another cryptocurrency, we're building a tool for community empowerment. Think about the social capital our community has. We influence culture, fashion, music, everything, but that influence hasn't translated into lasting wealth because we've been working in their system. Guapcoin is about creating our own system.
I've noticed that whenever our community creates something powerful, there's always pushback. How are you seeing that with Guapcoin?
The resistance is real, but it's It's also validating. When Bitcoin hit $100,000, suddenly all these institutions were talking about how legitimate it is. But when we create something that could actually help regular folks build wealth, suddenly there are all these concerns and regulatory issues. Ask yourself why.
The timing is interesting too. Just as traditional wealth building paths are being closed off, crypto offers a new way forward. But not all crypto is created equal, right?
That's exactly right. Bitcoin is valuable, but it's become another tool for the wealthy. What we need are financial instruments that serve our community's needs. Think about how our grandparents created mutual aid societies and pooled resources when banks wouldn't serve us. We're doing the same thing, just with 21st century technology. Again,
What do you say to people who are skeptical after seeing all these celebrity crypto projects fail?
first, I say their skepticism is healthy. We should question everything. But then I explain the difference between centralized and decentralized systems. Those celebrity projects failed because they were centralized. Someone had the power to make them fail. Decentralized systems can't be controlled or manipulated the same way. That's why education is such a crucial part of what we're doing with Guapcoin.
Let's get practical. What steps should our listeners be taking right now?
First, educate yourself. Understand the difference between centralized and decentralized systems. Learn about blockchain technology. Don't just follow hype or celebrity endorsements. Second, start thinking about wealth differently. We've been taught to measure everything in dollars, but that system wasn't built for us. Finally, get involved with community freaks projects, whether it's Guapcoin or other decentralized platforms. Find ways to build wealth that don't depend on traditional gatekeepers.
The pushback against Black wealth seems to be getting stronger. How do you stay motivated?
Every time they try to shut us down, it proves we're on the right path. When you see all these billionaires facing scandals, when you see DEI programs being dismantled, when you see the resistance to community owned crypto, that just shows we're threatening the right people. They wouldn't fight so hard if what we're doing wasn't powerful.
That's really powerful. Any final thoughts for our listeners?
Remember this, they can take down individual billionaires, but they can't stop a community that understands its own power. The future of wealth is decentralized, community driven, and powered by the same social capital they've been exploiting for years. The tools are in our hands now. We just need to learn how to use them.
Thank you for this incredible conversation. For our listeners who want to learn more about Guapcoin and decentralized finance, where should they start?
Education is key. We have resources on our website about understanding blockchain technology, decentralized finance, and how to get involved safely. Remember, this isn't about getting rich quick, it's about building sustainable wealth for our community. Oh, and remember, Google Guapcoin.
And thank you for joining us, Aquarius. We look forward to hearing more about Guapcoin.